I'm just trying to decide if I'm comfortable even talking about that.
This one's wife. I have regrets. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. I don't have regrets. As Edith Piaf once sang, Je ne regrette rien. I don't regret anything. But according to Grazia magazine and an article by Ava Gilchrist, this one's wife reportedly has regrets about how she exited the royal family. Let's investigate this further. Does she have regrets that she did it badly, maybe? Or does she regret that she didn't turn around and give them the middle finger and go, "Fuck you, I'm off to the States," as she leaned out of a car exiting Kensington Palace? Well, let's read on and find out, and then I'll analyse the legitimacy of what we're being told. This one's wife is said to have particular regrets about how she and Prince Harry stepped back as senior members of the British royal family in 2020. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex firmly exited the monarchy after suffering a barrage of negative media coverage. Pausing there. 1, it wasn't all negative. 2, much of the negative coverage was legitimate. But of course, this article isn't going to say as such, is it? Now, according to a Los Angeles royal commentator, the 43-year-old does regret certain statements that she made. As per reports, this one's wife comments weren't received in the way that she had expected, and several of her comments have backfired. The source claimed this one's wife has specific remorse over the royal racist controversy, which, the insider said, she and Prince Harry deeply regret. This one's wife wanted the takeaway from their Oprah interview in 2021 to be about her mental health, and I think this one's wife regretted sitting down with the Cut in 2022 because she provided endless commentary for her critics, they add. Since setting up roots in Monty Shitshow, this one's wife has rarely spoken out about her time under Buckingham Palace's rule. Rather, she has directed her focus to her suite of business ventures and building her lifestyle empire. Well, pausing there, let's just file those two sentences under horseshit. Rarely spoken out. She's done so repeatedly, whinging about the way that she perceives that she was treated, and of course we know that she directed Harry to make various complaints and potshots. And therefore now to state that she has rarely spoken out is quite simply a revision of history. Under this guise, the mother of two launched a controversial-style podcast called Archetypes, participated in the limited doco-series Harry and This One's Wife, honing in on her style influence, and invested in female-founded small businesses like the powdered superfood company Clever Blends, and luxury woven accessories brand Sesta Collective. She's currently working on launching American Riviera Orchard, a product range allegedly involving home goods including edible treats like jellies, jams and spreads, and tableware staples such as cutlery, table linens and drinkware, and filming a non-fiction show for the streaming giant Netflix, reported following the joys of cooking, gardening, entertaining and friendship. Well, we've been told all of this before, which is just a regurgitation of previous information, i.e. bringing up the past. And then that's your lot. The article stops. So, a Los Angeles royal commentator who isn't mentioned states that she regrets certain statements that she made, that they weren't received in the way that she had expected, and that she's specific remorse over the royal racist controversy, that she wanted the Oprah interview to be about her mental health, i.e. apparently not taking potshots at the royal family. I'm just going to put all of that through my bullshit detector. Just bear with me for a moment. 100% bullshit! Yes, as I suspected, and as you've just heard, the bullshit detector has determined that that's 100% bullshit. How do we know? Well, first of all, she's a narcissist. And narcissists never, ever have genuine regret. Why? Because every decision that the narcissist makes at the time was the right and appropriate one. Why? Because it served their purposes. A narcissist might look back on something and express regret to somebody about a decision that was made, but it's not genuine. All they are doing is this. They are bringing up the past, referencing an historic event, and then expressing false contrition or false remorse for the purposes of controlling the person that they are talking to in this moment, so that that person is sympathetic towards them or acknowledges their remorse or contrition, thus demonstrating that they are under control and providing fuel to the narcissist. And it might cause that individual to, say, provide some residual benefit based upon this supposed remorse. Narcissists have no emotional empathy. That means there's no conscience, no remorse, no sense of guilt, and no regrets. Remember, the narcissist is the superior being, so why would they ever regret doing anything? Everything the narcissist does is right, and if it doesn't work out, it isn't the fault of the narcissist, it's somebody else's fault or something else's fault. Therefore, there can be no regret, because the narcissist is always right. All that regret expressed by narcissists, and this is particularly exhibited by mid-range narcissists, all it's about is massaging somebody that they're talking to in order to gain the prime aims. So, for instance, a narcissist might make a statement on behalf of an organization regretting the deaths of certain people as a consequence of the negligence of that organization. But there's no genuine regret. It's being done to control the press that are listening to this statement, the audience that are listening to it. It's to manage their facade of supposedly being a caring individual that regrets what has taken place. Thus, we know because she's a narcissist, she can have no regrets. Secondly, we know that the takeaway, as described here from the Oprah interview, was partially about mental health, but it was also about smearing the royal family. The royal family were painted black because this one's wife perceived that they wouldn't do what she wanted. They wouldn't bend to her will. They wouldn't go along with what they wanted, with what she wanted rather. And that is not right. Therefore, they threatened the prime aims. They became painted black. And as a consequence of that, she, whenever they would come up on the radar, needed to assert control over them. She couldn't do so directly, so she would do so indirectly by smearing them. And therefore, now the suggestion is, oh, actually, that interview was about my mental health. It wasn't about targeting the royal family, and I regret the way that the royal racist controversy has been received. She doesn't. She fully intended to criticize them. Her narcissism drove her to smear the royal family by saying what she did in relation to the supposed racist comments, which we know were either a complete fabrication or a twisting of the truth. This puff piece is just another attempt by this one's wife, naturally to pursue the prime aims. In terms of facade management, look, I'm a kind person. I wanted it to be about my mental health. I regret how things turned out, because also her narcissism is trying to lay down a route for readmittance to the royal family, to obtain assistance from the royal family, to attempt some form of rehabilitation. This doesn't necessarily mean that this one's wife would move to the United Kingdom. What it means is that she and Harry are looking to have more involvement with the royal family because that's the only thing that makes the two of them relevant. And without it, obscurity beckons. Thus, this puff piece is designed to assert control over people in the now by making it seem like she's got regrets. She hasn't. She's a narcissist. 2, to make it seem like she didn't want it to be about racism when she did, because she wanted to use that as a provocation. So not only is that a lie, it's also a revision of history. And 3, it's facade management to make them seem more palatable for a potential resurrection of relations with the royal family. As with everything that this one's wife does in relation to other people, it is driven by her narcissism and is entirely self-serving. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.